Hi, everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Jasmina from Jasmina Brozovic Astrology. If you're new to my channel, if not, if you're back, returning, welcome back. Today, I'm here to talk about the upcoming new moon in Pisces. I hope everybody is doing well. Any news from me? I will be, if you are in Toronto or GTA area, I will be doing mini readings for Astrology of Toronto on March 21st. So that's like 10 days, like next weekend from 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you want to have a mini reading from me in person, that's something that I'm doing. Uh, yeah, anyway, I have nothing specific to say. Mercury is still retrograde until March 20th. And then we are starting a new astrological year anyway, so that's going to be a huge thing. But that's all for now. Jupiter, the big news that is happening these days, the Jupiter, the planet of luck and abundance and growth and prosperity, is now direct. He is still in Cancer, which is excellent because he loves being in Cancer, so that's a good thing. Before I start, before I show you the chart of this new moon, each new moon is all about when the sun and the moon get together and start a new 1 month cycle, right? One moon cycle. This time is going to be in Pisces. It's going to happen at 28 degrees 27 minutes of Pisces on March 18th at 9:23 p.m. Eastern Time. So it's going to be after midnight on March 19th for you in Europe and Asia. So that's the logistics of it. All of you who have something in the last degrees of mutables and the first degrees of cardinals. So if you have something between 25 and 29 of Gemini, Pisces, Sagittarius, or Virgo, you're going to be more personally affected by this new moon. Or if you have something at 0 or 1 degrees of cardinal signs, which is Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn. So you're also going to feel this new moon a lot. After a Mercury goes direct on March 20th, so just like a day or two after this new moon, not only did we are entering Aries season, lots of planets are going to be in Aries. We are starting a new astrological year, as I mentioned, and we are also going. All the planets are going to be direct. So for the entire March of April, everything is going to forward, is going to push us forward in a fast speedy way. So just make sure that you're ready. I hope you cleared the deck and you cleaned everything that was there to clean. And April will be really important month of the year. Lots of things will go on, lots of things will happen fast, and everything will move forward. So I think if you're feeling stuck or you're feeling that you will not be able to do anything, April is the month for that. So that's going to be interesting to see. Uh, Nevertheless, for this new moon, going back to this new moon in Pisces, as you noticed in the last few months, we had all the new moons at the last degree of the sign, which usually new moons are a beginning, something fresh, but all these new moons are also telling us that we need to release something old so we can make space to plant something new. Okay, so that's another thing that is very important for this new moon as well, because it's in the last degrees. Also, this new moon is a part of a bigger lunar cycle. So every lunation is part of the lunar gestation family. So things that are seeded and intention planted for this new moon, they will have a peak celebration or a point of culmination at September 15, 2027. Time to act on these intentions will be December 17 this year, and the final stage, the last quarter moon, will be on January 15, 2028. So this is a 27-month cycle for your projects that are taking like a mid time, not short, not long, but mid time projects for you as well. So that's something that you could have in mind. If you have any planets at the last degrees of mutables, please let me know. For me personally, I will share my story. I have all the angles, so ascendant, descendant, midheaven, and I see all the angles, all the windows to the world at the last degree, literally at these 28, 48 minutes. So this is like a life-changing situation for me. It's been already hit by many other new moons lately, and lots of things have been happening with my family, with work, with relationships, clients. So there's lots of things happening um, when you have this happening. So this is like one of the final ones, right? And don't forget, Saturn and Neptune were hanging around this 28 degrees of Pisces for so long, right? They went retrograde, backwards, onwards. So for the last year especially. So I think this is like kind of like a, what did you learn from Saturn, Neptune at last degree of Pisces? What was happening then? Last year, this new moon is kind of capturing it all. Because after this new moon, we are leaving the watery Piscean world in a way, and we are starting something new, something fresh, with a lot of Aries energy going forward. This is something also that is happening for this lunation. I don't know if I want to say anything else. Hi, Kathy. Welcome. It's nice to see you again. I always like to see familiar faces. I love to see your comments. If you have anything in the last degree of mutables or beginning of cardinal signs, please let me know. I would like to hear your stories as well. I think I want to share the screen now. Actually, I like this. So, what I wanted to say for this new moon, I kind of like it. It is a releasing energy. Pisces is the finalizing everything. Is the last zodiac sign. It's finishing things up. But it's Pisces. It's about dreams and visions, and we cannot uh, start and go anywhere further if we don't know where we're going, right? And what is the dream? What is the big thing happening as well? So that's another thing that is important. In general, Pisces, it's the last sign of the zodiac, right? It's kind of embodying, embracing all of the signs, understanding all of them. I feel that Pisces is the sign that can get along with any other sign so easily, because it kind of has a blend of everything, right? It kind of it has a piece of it, right, when it goes all around. It's a water sign, so emphasizing our emotions, our spiritual side, our soul's mission as well, in a sense. It's a mutable sign, so it's about a flowing energy. It's about rivers and oceans and moving waters, right? So it's not about stale water, it's about moving, flowing water. It's ruled by the sign, the glyph is a two fishes going up the water and down the stream and up the stream in both kind of ways. So we are changing directions. So think about it, all about this for this new moon. What is there it's a direction, it's a change of directions in a sense, right? You need to correct your course before you start going forward in the fast speed, right? It's a beginning and the end for Pisces. It's everything. They're extremely sensible, let's say, because it's sensible to the environment, to other people's sufferings. There's a special connections with divinity, I think, with Pisces, and understanding the collective, the unconscious, the dream world, the magic, something that we cannot grasp in the world, in the material world that we live in. Pisces is able to kind of go beyond that, right? It's about our imagination. It's about seeing and having a vision. Something, people say, oh, I had a dream, a physical dream, a literal dream, or just having a dream of what you want to achieve. It's about compassion and kindness and empathy and sympathy and understanding. So the downside is that Pisces have issues with setting boundaries, because they don't know where something begins and something ends. As I said, there it's all blended for them. The beginnings and endings, they don't understand. Where is that transition? Right? It's not clear to them. Right? It's about not having a clarity. It's about art. music, movies, um, expressing yourself in metaphors, in analogy, and interestingly, for this lunation, Mercury is still retrograde in Pisces as well. So there is a sense of retrospection, um, revising things, going back, thinking about um, the dream, the vision. I know, people think, oh, is it important? It's very important. It's important to get in touch with the unconscious, the subconscious, with the imaginary, with something magical. This is an invitation for us to go back to believing in magic. When we were kids, Santa Claus, Tooth Fairy. I'm just thinking my kid had a surgery yesterday. He took five of his teeth and he was waiting for Tooth Fairy tonight. Like he still believes in those things, and we shouldn't. Although we live in a world that it's unfortunately very realistic, um, we can still we must not forget that there's magic. And astrology is one of those magical things in the world that I find that we don't understand why it works and how it works, but it still works. And we are still discovering this magical tool. So don't forget about that. Don't forget about that life is not just pure reality, harsh reality. It's about finding a balance um, between what is real and what is magical. And I think this new moon will invite us to reevaluate that in a sense, right? So uh, Pisces, on the bad side, yes, they can go into the victimhood. They can feel that they're doing a lot, not getting enough. But we can spin it in a positive way, right? It's a very forgiving sign. It's a sign that just gives a lot without asking for much. But we must not forget to ask this time. Okay, and we need to ask for ourselves, because if our cup is empty, we can't give anything to anybody anyway. So it's important we keep our cup full all the time. Recharge our batteries. For this Pisces moon, Pisces is about solitude in a sense, and recharging uh, in a safe environment, being by themselves, because they pick up so many other things from other people and environment and sounds and smells and everything, right? It's everything triggers their senses in a way. So it's important that we for this new moon also find some solitude to think about where we're going, what are we leaving behind. This whole last year and a half with these eclipses in Virgo and Pisces, we had a lot of things to think about. North Node being in Pisces, thinking about where are we going on a collective level, how to clear our conscious, how to work, how to get those information, go deeper, and find a way to move forward with more clarity in a sense. So yeah, let me show you the chart. Let me share the chart with you of this. I hope. Yes, perfect. Excellent. Okay, so please disregard the houses. I always share a chart for 0 degrees Aries. There's like a world point. This is like a world chart. And as you can see, every all the planets are just clustered here in Pisces and in Aries. Here you can see below there's so much water, and with this much water, we can be overly sensitive. We can pick up things more easily as well, right? So we can also pick up the good things, listening to our inner voice, finding, you know, um, finding a time and space to listen to our intuition, to listen to our inner gut, and let that guide us in a way as well, right? Um, there's some fire, but mostly water, right? So it's very Piscean energy. With fire and water, I'm always thinking, because there's a little, what about hot water? Remember, you can get burned easily as well with this energy. It's about coming to this tipping point of when water starts to boil. So I think this is that thing that we explode and we say, okay, that's it, but we need to change something and release something in order to start something new. This is what this new moon reminds me of. Um, Pisces is traditionally ruled by Jupiter, and you can see Jupiter is in Cancer, and he's now direct. So there is a sense, and Jupiter in Cancer is about learning and knowing where we're coming from, what is our heritage, and to go forward, we kind of need to know. We need to know where we're coming from. Sometimes without having the knowledge or stability, that of our roots of an ancestry, or of not knowing we, where we coming from, we lose the sense of where we're going. So learning about that is also going to be very important. There's a lucky. I'm not. I don't know much about fixed stars, but I know there's a lucky fixed star at 15 degrees of Cancer, Sirius, and because Jupiter is there now, he was stationing and he was stuck to that star for a long time. There is a sense of hope, and Jupiter is about hope, right? It's about expansion, it's about prosperity. Um, it's I know it also, because it's in Cancer, it's about homeland and home. There's a lot of patriotic expressions in the world this day that are not as positive as we would like, because Jupiter can sometimes, whatever he touches, he can make it bigger for better or worse. Usually it's for better, but sometimes it can be the other way around as well. So Jupiter is happy. He has a lovely trine to Mars. Mars is also in Pisces. Mars in Pisces, he's not that happy just because Mars is all about actions and being decisive and knowing what he's doing and winning and being very active. And in Pisces, it's all watered down. Like he'd be lost, confused, lack of energy, lack of understanding and clarity where we're going. But it's a spiritual warrior, right? It's kind of because Mars is a warrior in a sense. It's always ready to battle. So when he's in Pisces, he wants to battle for our spiritual side. Okay, so think about, because we disregard that a lot. Um, yeah, our bodies, we are feeding, we are sleeping. Our emotions, do we take care of our emotions? I can also, sometimes we are not, but taking care of our spirit, and that spark that lives in us, that makes us wake up in the morning. What is the reason that we are, what is the reason that we wake up every morning? So this is the Mars in Pisces in me. So I think there he's giving us a purpose, like a collective purpose, like why we are all here together to do something as humans, right? So that's a nice aspect between Mars and Jupiter. It will also push us forward. Jupiter is going to square. Yeah, so he's actually squaring Venus at this point very precisely. See, Venus is in Aries now, 15 degrees, and Jupiter is in Cancer. So there's a square between Venus and Jupiter. And this tells me, although it's a square, I kind of like all Jupiter Venus connections, because they're still they want to do good things, right? So Venus and Jupiter, they are the ones who want to um, create and not destroy. Like Mars can destroy things without thinking, Pluto can destroy things, Uranus can destroy things without thinking, but Venus and Jupiter, they want to make things be better. Uh, and I like that Mars and Venus are kind of in a mutual reception. Venus is in a Mars sign, Aries, and Mars is in a sign of Venus's exaltation in Pisces. So they're kind of helping each other in a way. So I don't think this Venus is in such a bad position being in Aries in this sense, because there's some kind of communication and understanding with Mars at this point. And because they're both making an aspect to Jupiter as a traditional ruler, I do feel that this, because Venus is in Aries, it's she's giving us a new vision, a new dream, that we need to grow. And that we are seeding at this point. Okay, it's about making the first step, and this is, I think, particularly going to be thinking about Venus in Aries within our relationship. So we kind of have to be more courageous and more bold and make some bold moves. Okay, and I think Jupiter will help it. So that's the challenge, is that we might not want to do it. That's the challenge. That's the square of it. But yeah, it's about making the first step. New moon is exactly, as you can see, it's 28 degrees Pisces. It's exactly sextiling Uranus at 28 degrees of Taurus. Uranus is going to Gemini just in the month's time after this new moon. So this is kind of the last uh, conversation between having new moon and in water signs, and Uranus kind of helping in a way. Um, I like it. On the other side, there is Juno. There is Juno asteroid here at 27 of Capricorn. So Juno and Uranus are in a beautiful Earth trine, and they're both sextiles. It's like a mini trine, like a talent trine here. Juno is about commitment, committed relationship. She is there even when things get tough, kind of a way. Okay, and in Capricorn, she is very ambitious, determined. So those are formal relationships, right? And Uranus is always bringing some kind of novelties in our lives, some changes. Um, so maybe we want to bring into this cycle some new type of long-term stable relationships. Okay, so that's what this is telling me about. I like it. With sextiles, you do need to make an effort. You need to kind of reach your hands and grab them. Things are not going to be as easy like this, so you kind of have to have your eyes open for and look for opportunities. Yeah, with Uranus especially, yeah, Uranus is ruled by this Venus in a sense, with this Aries Venus. So that means that he's also trying to do something new, something bold, something different. Uh, and because Saturn is also in Aries with Neptune there, so we already talked about Saturn, Neptune as um, building new foundations for our dreams. It's also dissolving the old way that we do things. It's also bringing some structure into our visions and dreams. I kind of like, I know they're total opposites, but I like that Neptune and Saturn together because they're actually helping each other be the best that they can, because they're keeping each other in check and finding the balance between the dream and the reality. And I kind of love it. So this is also part of this new moon, as Neptune is a modern ruler of Pisces. So it's about new vision. It's about being bold and brave, but also having faith. So that's why I call this new moon. Faith and courage is a formula for success. We will not succeed without one without the other. We need faith. We need that understanding that there is something divine, that we are part of something bigger, and understanding that you're supported by that, but also having a courage to try new things, and understand that that things will not just fall in our lap, that we need to actually do things, and to make things happen. Okay, so we need to act. Without acting, nothing will come to us. This is the sextile with this as well. So this is kind of the energy of this new moon. I think the new moon is yes, is conjuncting Neptune. So there's emphasis on dreams, on vision. It's also close by to Saturn, but I said it's all about this Saturn Neptune conjunctions that we had a month ago. This is just making it more official, let's say, making it more official. Um, and I like this new moon. There is a lot of water. There's unclarity in the sense that we might not understand what's going on logically, but it's not a point. Mercury is still retrograde, and Mercury is on the north node for this, right? So there is a sense that we are revising our path where we need to go. This is a course correct new moon. Lots of things are happening. Pallas Athena is also here, having a new strategy, a vision, dream. Vesta is here. This also, everybody's in Pisces. Vesta is about our devotion, where our heart is, where we, what are we devoted to, what are we willing to fight for. This is the Aries energy. So it's all blended into one thing for this new moon. Since we don't have a lot of fixed energy here, not a lot of earth, uh, we feel this is all just in the air. It's not tangible enough. It's just we feel that it cannot happen. So this could be those could be the doubtful. Um, the Saturn is nearby, so Saturn is always doubting something and testing us and testing our dreams and visions and our things. So um, don't they get discouraged. That's my point. I think if we push through, we going to make huge changes in our personal lives, in our local environment, and globally as well as humans. So yeah, it's about growing our vision and dream and planting the seed. It's a lovely, as you can see, there's not many there's no opposition in the sky, so there's no push and pull from other people. It's about you integrating yourself in the world. um, yeah, I like it. It's a very watery, so we can be overly emotional, overly sensitive. We can cry a lot, which is okay. You're releasing something, the tension, right? You're releasing the tension of responsibility, the tension of expectation. You're releasing the tension of guilt, the tension of a bunch of stuff that is put on us. So you need to release it and find courage within you, not outside of you, for this. So this will be very interesting to see. Okay, now I want to see where this new moon is on a world map to see if you are there or know somebody from that place. Those people are going to be also uh, more affected. Okay, so new moon here. There you go. It's actually happening in the middle of here. So the closest thing for this new moon is uh, is New Zealand, actually. New Zealand and Eastern Australia. Those are the closest points here. But since Neptune and yeah, so then maybe we'll hear something, something from New Zealand. I think they're going to be most affected by this new moon. Um, yeah, that's very interesting to see. Everything is kind of clamped here. Um, Jupiter Venus square goes, let's see, it goes here. Jupiter or the descendant. I'm thinking what is happening here in Europe, Middle East. I don't know. For this new moon focus, so this is going to be, yeah, it's definitely going to be maybe this part. What is this? Papua New Guinea, something from here, and New Zealand the mostly. So that's if you live there or you know somebody from there, or if you want to do a business with somebody maybe from there who that could be interesting. Oh, look at that, Venus, Jupiter on the midheaven. He's going here from Mexico, this part of the world, and it's meeting Venus right here somewhere. There you go, Guatemala, Mexico. So this might be, I don't know, this is a Venus Jupiter square is there. We'll see what happens there as well. Okay, that was quickly. Let me stop sharing this, and I'll share the chart. Okay. Anyway, stop sharing. Is it stop sharing? Okay, there's a new feature on this. During Mercury retrograde, they made new features, and it's been crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna pull my wheel, and let's talk about for each sign. Let's go share again. Okay, I hope you guys see this. Excellent. Okay. I don't know about you. I'm an iced coffee addict. I admit it. I love iced coffee. Winter, we have snowstorm here today, snow falling. I drink iced coffee. It is what it is. Okay, so let's see what can you expect. So think about a new vision. Think about dreams. Think about letting go of things that no longer serve you. I know I've been repeating this for the last couple of lunations, but it's been the same kind of topic in a sense. With this lunations, we have a opportunity to change things, to make something different and new with sextile to Uranus. Don't forget, and Neptune, Saturn are close by, so it just means that it will require some hard work and discipline to make things happen. Um, but there's a great sense of I just feel that it's a beautiful new moon. Nevertheless, as I said, this is my personal opinion. I love Saturn and Neptune together. Anyway, okay, this is for you, Aries risings, and because your chart ruler Mars is also in Pisces, you have this cluster going on. I think you um, having all these planets in Pisces, and with Saturn, Neptune coming um, in your first house, there's a huge sense of maybe you are lost, maybe you do feel lost, and maybe you don't have the patience to understand where you're going, what's happening. Listen to your inner voice. This new moon will give you opportunity to get in touch with your dreams, literally, like literally what you're dreaming. um, Mars is also there, uh, which means it's telling you to it's not time to rush yet. Okay, when we come into April, Aries, you will have so many things to do. Things will be too fast that you're gonna wish you took this time for solitude, time of relaxing time more seriously. So it's still not time to move forward full speed ahead. It's time to rethink, revise everything. Don't forget that Mercury retrograde is still here. Um, um, Definitely rethink where you're going, what you want to achieve. Don't just rush into things. Take your time. Things are dissolving. Things are, um, you know, are going away from you. You might not feel that you understand what's going on. Um, and you feel that you cannot move as fast as you would like. So my suggestion for you Aries would be to um, this is like the last 2 weeks before things start going fast. Okay, and so this is a great opportunity for you to clear your decks and to correct your course of where you're going, and to find the right path, because you're still confused. I think you still don't know what needs to be done. You don't feel that you have the energy that you do, but lean into something that it's not as tangible as you would appreciate. Maybe some dancing, or maybe some tai chi, qigong, something that can release this energy, because you have a huge sense of energy, right? Um, so that means that you might want to do something, some martial arts, or some dancing, or some light movements to keep your body moving, so you can listen to your voice maybe and find some solutions where you need to go. So maybe that's a thing. Make a journal of what you dream. This can help you as well in the future. Oh, hi, Argentum. What are you saying? The stream started on my laptop. While you were out of the room, there you go. See, Mercury retrograde, magic. I did speak about magic, and that magic is part of this new moon. So, so that's what it is. It's magical. So that's also one thing. Aries, start. You need to lean on magic and believing in magic of things as well. So, um, yeah, things are not clear yet. There will be till things will move fast very soon. Be patient. I know that this is what you lack, but it's time to kind of let go of many things, to be clear where you're going in the future. Okay, let's see. Ooh, I pulled Faith. How interesting, Penelope. I put Penelope, Faith. Um, and that's what I said. You need faith. You already have courage. You're an Aries. You're just lacking faith. So um, this this lunation will help you realign with your faith, with understanding what faith is, with understanding that you have to believe in something greater, something bigger, and then how do you say this in English? And then transfer your in energy um, with the of your courage with your faith in the right direction. If you understand what I'm trying to say. So I think you have to work. This lunation is to work on your faith, and it's definitely where it's supposed to be. So I like that for you, Aries. Okay. Yeah, I just turned up, right? I pop up on laptops. I like that. Okay, Taurus. Okay. Um, okay, Venus now. She is, as I mentioned, she is in Aries and she's squaring Jupiter. So I'm going to mention that because it's important because she's your ruler. So she's prompting you to take the first step, to initiate things, to make things happen. Um, uh, to be the first one to initiate conversations. She's squaring Jupiter here in the in the third house. So there's a lot of things happening in your mind, what you're thinking with and how do you express it. Nevertheless, this new moon, um, there's lots of opportunities to make your dreams and hopes for the future come true. um, think about what kind of spiritual, and I say spiritual or some kind of, doesn't have to be traditional spiritual, whatever spiritual is for you, what kind of organizations or groups you might want to sign up for and find your tribe. This is also a mission, to find your tribe, to find like-minded people. Although it's not clear yet, I think when Venus comes to Taurus soon, you're going to feel much better. More, you're going to be more. You're going to be attracting more people anyway. But until then, until everything pushes forward in a fast motion, think about what is your contribution to the society you live in. Um, there's a huge possibility coming from you. Uranus is still in the first house. It's still not in Gemini for another month. It's finishing up and giving you the chance to wake up. He's gonna finish up shaking you down to wake you up and to make you realize that the action is going to come. You will need to have the courage to start doing things. So this is all about having faith in your friendships, in your groups, in people, in your tribe, in the same minded people, having faith in them that they're going to be on you. Don't be scared that you're going to lose something. It's not about, if you share things with others, that doesn't mean you're losing things. So there's a sense that there is enough for everybody with this Venus Jupiter square, I feel. So think about that. So dream vision of a new community, of a new friendship. uh, what are your hopes and dreams for the future? How do you see, where do you see yourself when you uh, let's say retire one day? How is that life? What is the vision for that life, right? That's also something you can think about. um yeah, there's a lot. Okay. I pulled perfectionism. Okay. Atlanta. So there's a sense that I feel that you're not trying enough because it's not perfect. And maybe you have a perfect vision. You have your dream and vision, and you have this. You perfected it to a detail, but then there's a lack of maybe having faith that this vision can come true. Um, or it could be about, you wanted to perfect. Maybe you're already part of something, but you're not happy with it. So maybe with your contributions, with your Uranus in your sign, still maybe you are the one who will bring something innovative, something new, something different to the group, and make it more perfect. Okay, so Think about, maybe it could be double sword. It could be you're striving for perfection, or it can be you complementing or implementing your skills to perfect something. And this, I mean, within friendships and environment and groups. Okay, that's what I'm sensing here. Okay. Gemini. So Geminis, because you have Mercury retrograde still. So first of all mutable signs. This is, this is finishing the Saturn Neptune story that was happening in the last couple of years, with Neptune and Saturn dancing in the last degrees of Pisces. This is that finishing story. It was a lot of things happening with your reputation, in your careers, with your image, with your managers. Things are not clear. Communication, especially now with Mercury retrograde in Pisces, there is a lack of clarity in communication, misunderstandings, misinterpretation of your words, of your actions, because don't forget Mars is also there. So there's a lot of things that are happening in your career at the moment that can be misinterpreted, misunderstood, with this Mercury there retrograde. So for this lunation, what is the vision of your, how you, so I always think about, the 10th house, people usually think about your work and what you do, but 10th house, it's about your reputation in the world. What do you want to be known for? It's not about just working in a company, and having this career. It could also be about, what do you want to be known for? It's about your reputation in the world. What is there that you want to showcase to the world? Okay. There can be many things that you want to focus on. This is also clearing the deck. What you don't want to work anymore. What don't you want to be known for? And me as a Gemini, I can testify to this for a little bit. Working still for a company as in accounting and finance, but I'm also an astrologer. So am I letting go of this accounting and finance and just wanting to be known as an astrologer only? Like, that kind of sense. Maybe you're doing two works, you're Gemini anyway. So maybe you have two careers. Maybe you're trying different things. Maybe you need to let go of one. Maybe you can blend. Maybe you want to implement something new. Maybe you want to maybe you want to do two things. Okay. Lots of things are happening. Mercury is still retrograde. I do not suggest any deep actions here. This is very, I find this Mercury retrograde extremely hard. I feel like my brain is a mush. Like my logic is dissolved completely, and I just, I don't know what I'm doing. that kind of a sense. So it's not about this. This is not a time to make any important decisions. I definitely postpone those decisions until Mercury gets out of Pisces. Not only when he goes direct on the 20th, but when he goes out of Pisces, and he will go into Aries, let me tell you. And I think that's going to be a huge step for you. Mercury is going into Aries on April 14th. So until April 14th, I wouldn't suggest anything that you do anything important. Try, things are going to move fast forward soon. But this is an opportunity to envision what do we want to, how you want to, how do you want to, to rebrand yourself in the world, let's say. That's the best way, because it's sextiling Uranus. It's about re-innovating, reinventing yourself in a way, rebranding yourself. Literally, this is this new moon. Listen to your gut. I know it's very hard for Geminis to meditate or to focus, but try maybe guided meditation, or try, because the new moon in Pisces is about being alone in solitude and finding the answers there. So this can bring a lot of things at your workplace as well. I'm not going to say in your career, change of course. Maybe it can be change of course in your career. Maybe some new things are happening. Maybe you're not. Maybe you have to leave. Maybe you're not. We'll see. Usually new moons are good for planting a seed for something new, but you need to know what you want. And I think with this Mercury retrograde, you might still be a little bit confused and not knowing. Maybe some issues with management. Yes, if you're working for somebody else, not having a clear communication path. So wait for important conversations after April 14th. I think it's going to be much better then. So, but it's about rebranding yourself. Oh, there you go. I pulled friendship for you. This is something that you are very well known about. So maybe you want to think about, maybe you want to be working with your friends. Maybe you want to open a business with your friend. Maybe you want to have like a friendship based environment where you work. Maybe you want to be known for of being a friendly person, or being open, friendly, and you want to, maybe this is something that you want to work on. Maybe you want to rebrand that. Uh, Maybe there's help from your friends coming. Neptune and Saturn are in your house of friendships, so there's maybe some new structure, new friendships, maybe foundation for new friendships that can get along with your vision of how you want to represent yourself in the world. Maybe there's some help from them as well. It's going to be, as I said, when Mercury goes to Aries, and this will be much clearer. But think about how can you rebrand yourself, how you want to promote yourself, with the help of maybe some of your friends, or you want to be known as a friendly person. So that's something that comes up, which is interesting because Geminis, you are blah blah blah, chitty chatty, friendly anyway. Okay, Cancers. Okay. I always feel that Cancers and Leos, because they're ruled by lunations, by Moon and the Sun. Every month they have a reset of of their goals twice a month. I'm kidding, but this is important because Saturn and Neptune are here now, and they're pushing you, they're challenging you to change your life anyway, in a sense. For you Cancerians, this can be a huge um, thing regarding your beliefs, because as I said, Pisces, this Pisces moon is about kind of letting go as well as starting something new. So why do you believe in things that you do? This is to think, to have some time to by yourself to think about what are your philosophies, what are your beliefs, where do you want to go maybe in an academia, maybe you want to pursue some studies. There is something, there's an opportunity with sextiling with Uranus. Maybe there are going to be some opportunities that you can travel around the world, or do some studies, or make some impact in the world that you would like to make. I love, because you and Pisces do get along. You kind of have an understanding on the emotional level. There's a flowing energy of understanding without speaking, let's say, right? So um, yeah, it's also about letting go of things. Maybe you were pursuing something, and that didn't come true. Maybe there are some teachers or gurus that you worshipped, that can change as well. That's what comes to my mind for you. Um, yeah, I'm just thinking. Um, Uranus is usually a change bringer, and there is an opportunity to change something here, but do you really want to change it? That's my question. Maybe you're very comfortable with where you are. Maybe just finishing something. Maybe just continue. Maybe you want to strengthen your belief, and maybe you just want to make it more solid. Right, with Neptune and Saturn so close by, maybe you just want to reaffirm yourself in that sense. But if you have any, like in a manifesting, if you have any dreams and visions about traveling, or about pursuing, or just uh, finding the meaning of life, what's your purpose here, what your life purpose is, why you're here, what's going on, maybe this is an opportunity to go deeper on that. If you're trying to find out that deeper meaning and understanding of your life purpose, I think that could be something you can look forward to with this new moon, if you want to, of course. Okay. perseverance. I pulled perseverance. So this may be something you need to push through, as I mentioned. Interesting. This is a Capricorn energy, like an opposite energy from you. So maybe you're shaken up. Maybe you are too. Maybe your beliefs were shaken up, and somebody is or d- somebody or you're doubting yourself, and maybe you just need to persevere and stay on the path that you already are. If that's that's what I'm something that I'm thinking about. Um, because as I mentioned, this new moon is about faith and courage. So maybe you just need to persevere in your faith and don't lose your faith because you already kind of have it. Okay, so don't let other people, put something in your head and doubt you in a way. Right? This is what I'm having, or whatever your dreams are. If you want to travel, or if you want to, pursue something, something that is larger and bigger, and Jupiter is um, the ruler of this nation traditionally. So maybe instead of just giving up, you need to persevere. Because with Pisces energy, we just sometimes have a feeling that we want to give up, and I don't have the energy, I don't have the motivation, I don't have the strength, it's too hard, it's too harsh. And maybe this is telling me that you just must not give up on your faith, and have courage to be persevere. That's it. That's what I think this might mean. Because yeah, don't doubt if you believe in something strongly, then stick to it. Don't let anybody shake your beliefs. Maybe that's what it is. Leos. Okay, Leos. um, you're not that comfortable with Piscean energy. It's kind of not understanding what's going on. It's like something is attracting. Something is attractive about Pisces energy, but then when you face it, it's like, oh no, it's not what I expected, kind of a feeling, right? Um, so that can be with this lunation, and especially it's in a position where you have to face all the dark, deep shadow side, and you just want to have fun. You just want to have fun. You don't want to face any shadows. You don't want to face anything, so deeply. Maybe you need to let go. Also, some fears. Maybe it's time to face your fears or insecurities, um, or even ego issues, whatever you feel like it is, and just you need to let them go. And this is not going to be an easy elimination for you, just because it's a little bit too heavy for you. Okay, uh, it can be too heavy, but there's a lot of opportunities, as I mean. So think about faith and courage. So have a courage to change some things if you need to. This is also about your partner, a lot about joint finances or partner's money, or what is happening in their lives. Maybe they're changing something. Maybe they're having some new income. You're not comfortable with their change and how they're handling your joint things. Um, it could be about you know um, how can you use other people's money on your for your benefit, right? Maybe you want an investor. Maybe you're seeking for investment, for a partnership, for a loan, for a mortgage, for something that you can set intentions to and think about how can you use this donation to help you. Because remember, sextile with yours is always giving you an opportunity to change something. It can be sudden. I think it's in a positive way, because I think also Uranus in Taurus is about money. So this could be a lot about money, other people's money. Don't forget, Mercury is still retrograde here, so there's still, there's still uncertainty about signing something, or because it's the communication is not clear. You know, don't just fall for promises. People can promise you, I'll give you this money for this, or you will get this, or this will happen. Even your partner, any kind, business partner, clients, whatever. So just be careful, not to get your hopes up too high, and um, maybe you're depending on other people, on other sources of income, or maybe you're putting a lot of your own money into investment, into a portfolio. So think about, maybe you want to look into it. Don't make any drastic changes, I wouldn't say, but revise. uh, it's a tax season here in North America, so maybe you want to, do your taxes and see what how your finances look like, and think about what you can change. It's about faith and courage. So maybe there's having faith that it's going to be all good if you make a change. Okay, so that's also, I think, that can be regarding, changing your investment or changing your whatever. So not the easiest thing, because I think it's not something that you have control of, but also it's about letting go of many other things, right? Oh, let me see. Okay, pulled curiosity for you. This is interesting. So Ariadne, yeah, so she was smart actually. Anyway, there's a because I know that Pallas Athena is also there, and Vesta. Like, there's a bunch of and Mars. Look at this, all this stuff. All this is happening in your in house in this house um, of other people's money. So just watch out, that because you're curious, that you don't lose money. Because it's a lot of Pisces, lots of flowing water. It can go, Uranus, when Uranus touches, it can go both ways. So um, um, don't do anything that, risky. I would, that's my say, because, curiosity, um, be curious, but don't take risks. Okay. Make it, the eighth house is also about investigating, going deeper, and finding, behind the scenes. So make sure that that you have all the information. Mercury there retrograde is still not making, any sense at this end. So maybe everything that you hear, maybe you could be overpromised by something. So take your time, be curious to research. This is what it is. Be curious to research, but don't let your curiosity, um, don't make any rash decisions because of the curiosity, and then you're gonna be feeling sorry later. Okay, that's what I feel for you, Leos. Yeah, lots of things are happening here. Ooh, okay. So Virgos. Virgos. There you go. This is also, Mercury. Poor Gemini and Virgos are really getting hammered because Mercury retrograde in Pisces is not the best position. First of all, Mercury in Pisces, um, it's great for creating writing, for imagination, for um, for you know writers, for something, I don't know, but it's not very logical in a sense. So and it's retrograde, so it's pulling us back to rethink things. So maybe for you, Virgos, because you love to analyze things, you love to you love to work with data somebody else collected. um, Maybe you want to analyze some things here. The thing is, this is all about your partnerships and partners. It's about your business partners, your romantic partners. It's about your clients as well. So think about what kind of people you want in your life. Who do you want to be associated with? Um, Mercury in Pisces can help you with reevaluating all that. Okay, reassessing, reanalyzing. Okay, so that's another thing. Lots of things can happen in your partner's life at the moment. There's something that your partner is starting new. Okay, but in general, I would say faith and courage, to have faith in your partnerships, that they know what they're doing, because sometimes you are doing a bunch of stuff for other people, right? You're the one who thinks your process is the best one, and using your own process, and then disregarding, have faith that other people can do it. Have faith that your partner knows what they're doing as well, your partners, clients, or whatever. uh, it's about having courage, maybe to change things that you don't like, and because you're very forgiving with your partners. With Pisces there, you can be very forgiving. You can be idolizing them. You can, putting your rose glasses. So maybe it's time to rethink and revise. Planting a new seed, for envision. What are you envisioning your partnerships should be? What would you like to see? Um, um, are you having high expectations from your partners? Are you having it with you're very, you have high standards for yourselves, for maybe that's the expectations from others as well. Maybe but it's an opportunity for you to um, re-envision that, right? So maybe finding the way to see what suits you, what doesn't suit you. Okay, but I think there's a lot of things that are happening in your one-on-one relationships that maybe you don't have control of. Like Pisces is just, things are not clear. I wouldn't make any major decisions until, as I said, Mercury. Just what I said for the for Gemini's, until Mercury goes to Aries on April 14th. Please do not make any major decisions until then. Even if when he goes direct on March 20th, I will still wait until he goes to Aries, because this can be really. It's been a really hard Mercury retrograde for Gemini's and Virgos. So that's something to think about. Oh, let's see. I pulled protection. There you go. You need to protect yourself. Protection is a Cancerian energy, actually. So this is what this tells me is that, you know um, having faith to in others, um, maybe even delegating things to do, to your partners, all kinds of, it's a way of protecting yourself in a way. Okay. um, Having a courage to change existing partnerships if you don't like. I mean, Uranus is sextiling this. It could be both ways. It could be breakups, it could be breakthroughs, some revelations that you are learning, and then um, that you have some new information that you can analyze, and um, because the North Node is also in Pisces. It's about and South Node is in Virgo. You still need to let go of worry and anxiety and overthinking, and this is actually an opportunity to find your purpose in relationships, to find what you're striving to, where you want to go, how you want to do it, and just and how to protect yourselves, and how to protect, maybe this is something that you need to protect your relationship from as well. Interesting. Look at this fire there. Oh, this is Aries. You're burning. I love this photo. Anyway, Althea protection. Okay, interesting. Yeah, not the easiest thing, because this is very not in your control sometimes. But anyway, we'll see. Good luck. Okay, my dear Libras, there you go. So, if you're having any health issues, this might be a good time, to change the doctor, or to change the way the treatment goes, or to think about having faith, maybe that everything's going to be okay. Strength, this is if it's health related. If it's work related, um, you know, um, your everyday life. What do you do every day that makes you you? Okay, are you going to the gym? Are you taking supplements? Are you doing shakes? Are you do you have coffee time? Do you have tea? Do you do this, do that? So there's a lot of things on every day that we do that we don't even think about. Maybe there's some things that you are worried about, that you want to maybe think upon, have some time alone to think about how your days are going, how your routines and habits. A great opportunity to let go of some bad habits. This is the best new moon to let go, actually, of bad habits and implementing a good habit. Venus, your ruler is in Aries. It's opposite of you. So there's a lot of focus on your partners, and lots of things that it's going around them, for them. So you might feel lost with your in one-on-one relationships. You might feel that you are not seen. Um, or there's not a lot of attention on you. There's a lot of attention on others. Um, there's always something to learn about. So this is definitely a learning period for you to learn, because Venus is going to square Jupiter and in Cancer, and it is about relationship, with especially at work. What is going on there, and how you're seen in the world, and what's going on with that. That tells me that this is some kind of actions happening there, because Uranus is touching this new moon. um, Things can go both ways. So instead of things happening to you, let's make things happen. So what in what do you want to change to feel? Because in a healthy body, a healthy mind, right? So are you happy with the way you do things in everyday life? That's something that you want to think about. Um, Pisces is about, it's I don't know. There's so many Pisces thing happening now. This is like a finalizing some things. So I would actually focus on habits, good or bad habits, as something that you need to prioritize, and thinking about yourself, because you always think about others. Now there's so much focus on your job, your partner, and then you forget about yourself. So it's time to focus on yourself one way or the other with this moon. Um, um, yeah, it's not the easiest, because Mercury is still retrograde there. If you have pets, check on your pets, make sure that they have that their needs are also met. I just feel that you need to take care of your body, your health, your well-being in general, um, and focus a little bit on that. That's what I feel with this combination. Burden. Oh, I pulled burden. See, maybe you feel like you are pulling the burden of too many things happening in the moment. So you may be feeling overwhelmed, stressed. Six houses about stress. Maybe you feel anxious. Maybe you need to let go of some worry and anxious things, and anxiety. Um, yeah, burden. Yeah, because this is Sisyphus. Sisyphus was just doing the same thing without having any result. So maybe if you want a different result, you need to change how you do things. That's also then the burden is going to lift. That's what I feel. Um, so have faith that all is going to be good, and have courage to change those little everyday things, if you want a different result. That's what I feel. Unfortunately, focus is on your partner at the moment, and that might distract you. That's why you feel also burdened. Um, but use this new moon to dream and envision your perfect day. Imagine, you wake up, the first thing you do in the morning until you go to sleep. What are the rituals? What are the things that you're doing? What would be your perfect day? Where do you want to live by? What do you want to look when you wake up in the morning and you look through the window? What do you want to see? How does your bathroom look like? This is Virgo stuff, right? This is the sixth house. How many plants do you have? Like a bunch of little things. So this is telling me that you maybe want to think about that, changing just your daily environment, daily stuff around the house, to help you with your health. Sometimes that helps as well. Scorpios. Okay. So Mars is here, Pluto is here. I'm putting everybody, all the gang. Okay, Scorpios. Um, Maybe you're thinking about somebody that you like, and you wanna somebody, and you wanna, maybe, as I mentioned, it's a being bold about making the first move, because Venus and Jupiter is creating for this lunation. So maybe you like somebody and you didn't have the guts to approach them. With Mars in your fifth house now, you can do it. And I think this is the one scenario. Second scenario is maybe you are having a fling and you want to take it to another notch more seriously. Maybe you want to set intentions for that. Maybe you have some creative projects that you're working on that maybe you are envisioning. Maybe you want to have a kid. Maybe you want to envision that. There's a lot of things going on in your. This is something about also if you want to be self-employed, have your own business. Um, this is about the dreams. What brings you joy. This is about setting intention and having faith that you can do things that bring you joy in life. And sometimes it's very hard for you because you are very, uh, always thinking of the worst type of scenario and preparing for the worst type of scenario. Maybe you need to think about what is the best type of scenario, envisioning and imagining the best outcome. That brings you joy and happiness. Um, and yeah, lots of things are happening. Mars is your traditional ruler, is in Pisces, so he is encouraging that you maybe uh, act on um, on things that you find joy in. Yeah, this can also be something that happening in your kids' lives. If you have children, something that something new might happen in their lives as well. So that's something interesting to see. Um, you are comfortable with Pisces energy. You're both waters, so there's a sense of understanding, um, the sensibility of this donation. Um, it's also about having trust and having faith that just if you relax a little bit doesn't mean there are going to be issues around it, right? So like not having control, letting go of control in a sense with Mars in Pisces is letting go of control, absolutely. Sense of not, maybe you just need to relax and go back to what did you like to do when you were a kid, going back to those memories and reinventing them because Mercury is there, so you want to redo the memories of what brought you joy when you were a kid and redoing them in some way. Um, it cannot because you like the things to be deep and profound, and you do need control of your emotions, like you feel that you need to have control of emotional state around you. That's why you're so um, sometimes very intense because of that. It's about letting go of that in a sense, and it can be a challenge because not having control, because all this Piscean energy is about letting control, right? Letting go, and having faith that things are going to be good, even if you don't control them. And that's hard for you. So I understand. But think about long term, right? This is about having courage to change things and doing things differently because we want different results, right? So um, think about what are your what were your childhood dreams that you didn't fulfill yet that you might have an opportunity to start working on them now. That's the whole point of it. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, Mars is still helping you. Okay, so um, that's another thing. um, Mercury retrograde is there, so you can revise, redo things. Maybe you can just have some fun. I think that's the whole point of it. Is of this all to for you is just to have some fun, which you might find sometimes hard because you want, you know, um, maybe having faith and of not knowing the final result, still jumping into something like a leap of faith. Ooh, Medusa, this is so scorpionic. Reflections. There you go. As I mentioned, reflect is Mercury in Pisces as well in your fifth house. So reflect on your childhood. Reflect because Pluto is there in your fourth house of ancestry and family and stuff. So, um, reflecting maybe and letting go of some of the things that you are carrying from your childhood that are blocking you that are blocking your creative expression or that are blocking your creativity or that are blocking you to have joy and fun in life. So reflect and let go with Pisces, okay, and have faith that the things are going to be better in the future, and things from the past don't need to repeat if you learn the lesson, if that makes sense. Okay, so I like that Medusa. Look at that. I love this photo. This is such a beautiful card. Look at that. Anyway, Good luck. Sagittarius. Okay. Another one, another good one. Okay, the good news is that Jupiter is now direct. Okay, he's your ruler. He's now direct. Yes, squaring Venus, we know it. As I mentioned, it's actually a good thing. I think it's gonna make us actually act um, in a way that we need to. So for you, Sagittarius, you have also been Saturn and Neptune in the last couple of years. And because you're such a restless soul, I'm thinking of for this, do you want to settle down or not? And it's okay if you do not want to settle down, but this can be an opportunity to set some intentions or on finding your nest, nesting, getting a home. Maybe there's a situation that you want to have faith that it's going to be okay, have the courage to change it. So sometimes we just go back to a comfort zone. So this is, I think for you, it's all about comfort zone and about being comfortable and in what you want to do, and you don't want anybody to change. You don't want anybody to um, put you down to change something that you don't want to change. Like you want to kind of be the creator of your destiny in a sense, right? Um, and this is okay because Mercury is there as well. Maybe going back and finding some answers from your heritage to understand you, where you're coming from, and what kind of home you want to build for yourself in the future. How do you envision that home? Having faith that you are going to get it, right? Whatever that home is for you. Is it a physical home? Is it a sense of home? Maybe you want to rebuild. Mercury is there, right? You want to rethink of what your dream home is. A family, what kind of family? Family can be lots of things. It can be family with friends. It can be family with children, without children. It can be, multiple things these days, especially. So you can, whatever that is for you. I like that Jupiter is now direct, so maybe it's going to push you forward and start actually making some sense and moving things forward. This new moon is also about letting go of some old stuff as well. Oh, nice to hear. Oh, Argentum say this sounds right for me with my Sag stellium. Yes, absolutely right. So, um, um, yeah, think about not sometimes not settling down is also a home. Maybe you don't want to be bond by and obligated by mortgage. Maybe this is giving you stress, right? So you don't want that then, right? Maybe not every you just need to know what you want. And because lots of things, because Mercury is still retrograde, lots of things going on. um but for you it's good because Jupiter went direct. So I find that Jupiter direct will help you move forward, and some things will definitely change around your home. For this new moon, make have faith that it's going to be all good, and have courage to change the things that you don't like. Is it renovation? Is it a change of scenery? Is it moving around around the world, on the other side of the world? Is it moving within somebody, or is it moving out? Is it going back to parents, moving from parents? Whatever it is, you just kind of need to have faith, like understanding what you want, clear the deck of something that you don't regarding your family stuff. Jupiter is helping you. Eighth house is also about family, right? This is about our um, um, this is where we're coming from. The 12th house is an ancestry. The 8th house is it's things in between. So it's all these are like family relation houses. So it's I think that lots of things is happening here for you. Maybe you want to settle down. Maybe you want to start a family. Whatever, right? So making sure that you set intentions of what you want and having faith that this is going to happen, how bizarre it looks. Okay, so that's also you have some blessings coming from Jupiter. So Remember, it's sextile in Uranus. Lots of things can happen unexpected still. Grab the opportunity if you know what you want. So that's the most important thing for Sagittarius. It's been a lot going on in the last, a lot of delays, a lot of obligations, a lot of restrictions in the last couple of years. It's time to break free from it all and start something new with new foundations, settling down, whatever that means for you. Okay, so that's another thing. Okay, let's see. Ooh, strategy. There you go. Odysseus. So strategy. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. You have to have a good strategy. Pallas Athena, the asteroid of strategy, is also in Pisces in your fourth house. So have a good strategy. Make a plan, and then just set intentions to it. That's it. Whatever that is for you. It doesn't have to be, building a house or moving in or something, whatever that is. But have a good strategy. I think there is a great opportunity with Pallas there. To have a good strategy. Wait until Mercury goes direct on the 20th, and make some blueprints, some notes on how to strategize. And yeah, I like it. See, this is such a Sagittarian card, right? It's on a boat exploring the unknown. This is discovering the world. This is what Sagittarius is all about. So yeah, I like that. Okay. Okay, Capricorns. Let's see. Okay. My dear Capricorns, what is happening for you for this lunation? You know, there's a lot of going on. Okay, lots of things are going on. It's about what do you want to say, how you want to say it. It's about learning, writing, expressing yourself verbally, through written word or oral word, or just communication. This could also, changing of local scenery. Maybe there's some changes you want to do. It's Pisces. It's about vision. It's about a vision and dream at this moment of how your neighborhood will look like. Do you want to join some local um, organizations and groups? You are like a natural born leader in a sense. You are the authority to people. Maybe you want to step up. Maybe you want to start a new group. You are the one who wants to start something that locally. It could be whatever you want. In this sense, Saturn is now in Aries and Neptune. They are restructuring your home anyway, and the vision and dreams um, of where you're coming from, what's going on. And this is very closely, connected with your siblings, with your neighbors, with your extended family as well. Um, it could be about buying a vehicle. It could be about buying a car or a bicycle, or buying and selling in general, or signing contracts. Please be just careful with Mercury still retrograde until Mercury goes direct, or even if it goes to Aries until April 14th to just wait before you sign something. But as I mentioned, this is about having faith and courage to change something that you don't like anymore. Maybe it's a sibling situation, maybe it's a neighbor situation, maybe you just need to move within your city, within your local surroundings to another part of the town because your neighbors are driving you crazy, or there's this and that. It could be. But what I find, I like this new moon because it's giving us opportunities to dream big, and to talk to ourselves, have this, some time of solitude, and to talk to ourselves, to inner voice, to listen to it, to see what really do we want, to hear what we inside of us we want to do. This is actually because it's a house of communication. First, have a good conversation with yourself, right? You're very ambitious. You are, you wanna achieve things. So what do you want to achieve your local surroundings. As I mentioned, you can be brave enough to start something new, and have other people join you. You don't have to join other people, right? Maybe there's it's in Pisces, right? It could be a local spiritual community. It can be, whatever. And yeah, so maybe, reinventing, because Uranus is sextile, reinventing your status in one way or another. Okay, that could be interesting. And this is actually very nice for you, Capricorns, because although you like practical things, you're very, this Pisces energy can dissolve lots of things, but it can also dissolve some bad things as well. Don't forget that. And then it washes away something that you don't need anymore. From your, even from, you can dissolve your thoughts or something, right? It could be, you could bring new structure, the way you structure things, the way you do things, the way you think. But it's sextiling Uranus, you know, maybe the way you think, the way you do things. Okay, there you said, oh, insecurity. This is what I pulled for you. So, see, don't feel insecure. That's what I'm thinking. You might feel insecure in doing this change because you like the way the things they are. You're very traditional, conservative. You like the things that are done in the past. So you're insecure with the changes that are coming, but they are coming, whether you accept them or not. So embrace the change, be a part of the change. Otherwise, things are going to come your way, and you're not going to be happy. And this is going to be very interesting for you to see how. Think about, maybe there's some misunderstandings with your siblings or neighbors that you can clear out. Um, you know, but you need to be brave. Remember, Saturn is in Aries now, so it's testing your courage. Don't let it be on the other side. Don't, now that you're aware of it, don't let it be all about insecurity. Let this Saturn in Aries um, kind of gives you a courage to become leader, right? To become strong, to become a member of society that people look up to in your local area. That's what I feel. Okay, so don't let the insecurity do the best of you, because Saturn will test that. Will test. Will test it. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Aquarius. Hmm. I pulled everything. There you go. My dear Aquarius, I actually feel that this one is good. Lots of things are happening with your money coming and going, in and out. I think finally Neptune and Saturn left, and they can finally lift from this money burden, because I think there was in the last couple of years a lot of money going away, not knowing when and how the money's coming in, just sipping through and not getting enough money. So I think this is all gone, and you finally now have opportunity to set intentions of how you want to earn your income. This is about how you want to earn it. Which skills and talents are you going to use it? Um, Look at your property. What do you own? Do you need all of that? Maybe do you want to liquidize. That's how you say it. Anyway, maybe you want to make it in cash. um, some of your property. Work on your cash flow to be better. Maybe you have money in assets, but you want to make them more liquid. That was my point. Um, what is your envision of your property life? What do you want to own? A boat, a car, two cars, a house, two homes? Uh, uh, do you need a house by the sea? Do you need a flat in an apartment? Do you like? What do you need? What do you want? What do you want to own? Maybe you don't want to own anything. Maybe whatever it is, right? So this is some kind of envisioning that for the future. How you want to earn money? Do you want money to work for you? Did you think about passive income? Not just, because passive income is also income, right? Do you want to have a property and rent it out? There's Uranus in the is your modern ruler in the fourth house. Maybe you have something you want to rent. Maybe you want to renovate part of your home and rent it out, get money that way, because Uranus is still there. Because he's going to move into Gemini soon, but there's still opportunity for you to blend these two, because there's an opportunity sextile between Uranus and the new moon, right? Saturn is in the third, so this is about your local things. So I'm thinking, there's a new foundation within your local things. So maybe things that you already own. How can those things make you money? Um, that's kind of my line of thought. I think there's a great opportunity for you, Aquarius, with this new moon. There was a last new moon. It was in your first house. It was about um, uh, changing you and who you are and how you approach the life. And now it's time to change how you make money. And I think that's the big change here. And I think you need to take maybe you want to change those things. Yeah, definitely. Jupiter is in the sixth house of your everyday work. So, and it's direct now. So I'm thinking, maybe you want to change your job. If I know it's not a job house, but it's a money house, I still feel that you might, with Jupiter there, there's a moving forward. Maybe you want to definitely change your job or do something differently. Very interesting for you. For you. I like this. I like this for you a lot. Transition. There you go. I pulled transition. I think there's a huge transition between how you earn money so far and how you're going to earn money in the future. What things are you possess now, and what do you want to possess later? A huge transition. That's what I felt right away. So you're going through that transition. I think you need to just be the one who is having the wheel, the steering wheel in your hands, not other people. So you're not going to be you need to be the driver, not the person sitting by the beside the driver. Okay, that's the whole point. Yes, the transition period. In a good transition, have faith that you can do it. Have faith in your abilities. Have faith in your skills and talents, and be brave enough to start using them to make money. And Pisces, what can I say, Pisces? It's all or nothing for you. I think you're fine. You're hammered. I think you're gonna be so happy when all this is done. Good news. Jupiter, your traditional ruler, is now direct, moving forward. This new moon is about reinventing yourself, because it has there's a potential for bigger changes, for being different. And I'm going to put Neptune here. Okay. There's so many things going on. There's still Mercury retrograde in the first house. Let's put everything in Pisces. What is everything that is in Pisces at the moment? I'm not sure. This and this. All of these planets and asteroids are in Pisces. Oh, and the North Node, don't forget everything. Look at this. It's a bunch. It's a party, right? Which means there's a lot of things going on around you in your everyday life, in the way how you approach life. What things do you want to change? How you want to? What is the first thing you want people to see when you open the door? How you, what is, yeah, that's exactly what you need to redo. You need to work on that. When somebody knocks on your door and you open the door, what do you want them to see? How are you going to approach them? Do you want to say hello, or do you want to slap the door and not say hello? So this is it's time to change things drastically in your life, to understand what is your purpose, what is your destiny, where are you headed. Mercury retrograde is helping you kind of reshape things, even physically with your body. Mars is there. You do, I think, feel more energized to do things. So that's why this new moon is especially important for you, to change things. Jupiter is going now direct. So there's lots of creativity, artistic expression here. Having faith and courage to change who you are. I think getting out of the victim mode into the more assertive role that will be needed soon. and just protecting yourself, and don't be a martyr. Be a healer. Okay, there's a difference, right? So there's a be a helper. Do it for right reasons. Okay. um, you know Realizing that things are not happening to you, but rather that you are initiator of things that are happening, right? um, I think this is all. That's why everything is happening in your first house, because you kind of are now having an opportunity, um, um, to act first instead of reacting, to acting. Okay, so that's what I feel for you, Pisces. Okay, um, lots of things are happening. Make sure that you have faith in yourself, your own abilities, your own physical abilities, your own mental abilities, emotional strength. To change the way you approach life, the way you see things, the way you do things. Use your creativity, use your artistic expression, and make things happen. This new moon is about rebirth of you, service. See, I put service. So do yourself a service, not others. Do yourself a service, of being, uh, of putting yourself on a pedestal, or putting yourself first. I think you need to serve yourself first before you serve others. I think this is what I feel for you, Pisces. This is a huge new moon. With lots of great opportunities. Let go of things that you don't no longer want to see in your life. Um, and yeah, that's it for this new moon, guys. I hope this was useful. Thank you all for joining. I really appreciate everybody. If you have any comments, please let me know. I'll answer all the comments in the below. Again, I will mention, if you are in Toronto, please. I'll be doing mini readings for Astrology of Toronto. You can look at their website and how to register, on March 21st from 1 to 4 p.m. Also, you can book um, consultation on jasminabrozovicastrology.com. I will be in England in May, and for shifts happen to. This is a symposium with Steve Judd. So if you're there as well, say hello. I will be in Chicago at UAC in September. Also, if you're there, say hello. And yeah, that's it. I will have a guest next Friday, so I don't want to say anything, but it's gonna be fun. And yeah, weekly weather will be on again on Saturday. And if you have, yeah, and I think Astro weekly tips. I hope you enjoyed them. I did switch a little bit, so that those are also gonna be up this weekend. And yeah, that's it. Thank you all for watching. Happy New